Ever notice someone who wiped their whole feed? 0 posts, spotless grid, yet they're active on stories every day? It looks confusing, even contradictory, but the psychology behind it is not random. It reveals how they manage identity, control intimacy, and protect their mental energy online. Today, we're decoding the real psychology behind people who archive their entire feed but still post stories. 1. Control the narrative without the permanence. Archiving the grid is strategic invisibility. It removes the resume effect of the profile, where every post becomes a permanent brand statement. Stories, they expire. That time limit creates psychological safety. They can share a mood, a moment, a thought, without leaving a searchable footprint. This isn't antisocial. It's selective presence. Archiving says, I choose what represents me and for how long. 2. Intimacy on their terms. Stories feel like whispers. Feeds feel like billboards. People who favor stories often prefer ambient closeness over public performance. Close friends lists, quick replies, fleeting updates. It's micro-connection with a gate. They're not hiding. They're curating who gets access and when. That privacy filter reduces pressure to impress and increases the quality of interactions. 3. Perfectionism meets flexibility. A blank grid often signals high standards. If the post isn't timeless, it won't make the cut. Stories offer an escape hatch for the perfectionist mind. Share now, let it vanish later. It satisfies expression without triggering the, is this worthy forever? They still communicate, just not in a museum. 4. Defense against context collapse. A static feed speaks to everyone and no one. Coworkers, family, exes, strangers. That audience mix creates pressure. Stories, especially to smaller lists, restore context. The message fits the moment and the viewer, reducing misinterpretation and judgment. They're not avoiding people. They're avoiding being misunderstood by the wrong ones. 5. Mood regulation through ephemerality. The disappearing clock changes how we feel. Temporary posts lower self-scrutiny, which lowers anxiety. Sharing in short bursts becomes emotional venting. A quick release, not a permanent statement. It's connection without commitment. Expression without residue. 6. Status by scarcity. A wiped feed creates mystery. Scarcity draws curiosity. People check stories to see what's really happening. This is soft signaling. If you know, you know. If you don't, you won't. It quietly shifts attention from the public stage to the backroom, where engagement feels deeper. 7. Identity in motion. Archiving says, identity is a draft, not a document. They prefer a living self over a carved-in-stone brand. Stories match that philosophy. A stream, not a statue. So next time you see a blank profile, but a busy stories bar, don't assume indecision. It might be deliberate. Control over permanence, intimacy by design. Less pressure, more authenticity. They don't need a perfect grid to feel seen. They just need the right room. If you love decoding the subtle psychology behind everyday online behaviors, hit subscribe. We don't just scroll, we decode.